call today, can you just go ahead and give us confirmation that we are live and you can hear us? Okay, we will take that. Hello and welcome to Taylor Morrison's Home Buying webinar. We are so excited to have you here today. We are going to be exploring many Taylor Morrison's innovative online tools that hopefully will give you a lot of valuable resources and just simplify your home buying journey. We do have about just over 600 folks that are joining us today. With as big of a turnout as we have today, we definitely recommend holding some of your questions until the end of the presentation. Over time, doing this in our experience, most of the questions aren't answered throughout the presentation, but we will be sure to leave plenty of time at the end for some Q&A. And we do have team members on with us today that will be answering those throughout the presentation if there's something that you don't want to forget to ask. Go ahead, next slide. Okay, let's get started. We are here, like I mentioned, to share some insights really targeted to help you through the home buying journey. During this session, we are going to go deeper into exploring what your home buying options are today, an understanding of financing solutions that are available to home buyers today, and try and lend some practical tips and expert advice to support your decision making when it comes to purchasing a new home. I'll get started with some introductions for your hosts that you have today. Hello, my name is Andrea Murphy. I am here with you today with over 25 years of new construction experience. I have worked for many markets across the U.S. from the Midwest, the Southwest, and up to the Pacific Northwest. I've had a chance to work with so many home buyers, from first-time home buyers to finding the ultimate forever home in some of our lifestyle communities. And honestly, there's nothing that I love more than helping you all find a perfect home with Taylor Morrison. It is not just what I do every day, it truly is what I'm passionate about. Taylor Morrison and Taylor Morrison Home Funding, which is who I'm joined with today, are affiliated companies. We work together to streamline your home buying journey pretty much from your purchase agreement all the way to closing. While you're free to use any lender, our in-house team offers many exclusive incentives and just a little bit more of a seamless experience for you. I'm joined today by Christy Farrell with Taylor Morrison Home Funding, and I'll give her the opportunity to introduce herself now on the call.
Thanks, Andrea, and welcome to all of our attendees. I have called Taylor Morrison my home away from home for, almost 24 years. Like Andrea, we're very passionate about what we do. Mortgage financing is my area of expertise, but I really enjoy it because it allows me to be part of our customers' journey to homeownership. I lead all of our national loan origination team around the country while also supporting Taylor Morrison's national sales team and marketing efforts. So, Andrea, it's an honor to co-host with you today, and we'll spend the next hour hopefully giving a good education to everyone.
Thanks, Christy. Let's go ahead to the next slide, team. Okay, so before we dive in, I'd love to share just a little background with you on who we are as an organization. Taylor Morrison has a proud history that spans more than a century. And today we are one of the nation's largest home builders with presence in over 20 markets from coast to coast. We have been just honored to be named America's most trusted home builder for 10 consecutive years. That recognition, it really reflects our ongoing commitment to quality, transparency, and exceptional customer care. We serve a broad range of homeowners from first-time buyers, growing families, active adults, and those seeking lifestyle-focused communities, offering home designs that really support every stage of your life. We're also proud to be recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the most admired companies and to be included in Bloomberg's Gender Equality Index. And with the only female CEO among the top U.S. home builders leading our company, we're truly committed to fostering leadership, inclusion, and innovation across everything that we do here at Taylor Morrison. So we have talked about who we are and what we stand for, but what really matters to us is how our customers feel. So on this slide, we'll take a look and just share about, you can see here just a few stories of customers that have shared their experience of buying and living in a Taylor Morrison home. As you can see on the slide, we've gathered just a few testimonials across a couple of markets that we perform in, and these quotes really reflect the heart of what we strive for every single day. We know that being a part of your journey is not something to take light. We love creating home buying journeys with you and experiences that just, resonate for years to come. These stories are just a few examples of the trust and satisfaction that we work so hard to earn every single day from every single one of Taylor Morrison's team members that touch your home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or someone looking for their forever home, our goal is the same every single time. We want to deliver a home, an experience that ultimately exceeds any expectation that you have on a new construction journey. Thank you. So next we'll take a look at a few different paths to homeownership, and then we'll shift into a little bit of a conversation on today's market trends and really what that means to you as a customer today. Thanks, team. Okay, so this slide gives you a quick look at what we call the home buying journey here at Taylor Morrison. It's a step-by-step guide that walks you through pretty much what to expect from when you begin searching all the way through the day that you move in. To start your search, you can begin exploring homes online available at taylormorrison.com. You can schedule an appointment online to visit one of our team members in person. If you prefer to shop from the comfort of your couch, right in your living room, we can set up virtual calls for you or put you in touch with one of our online team members. It's really just there to help get you into a spot where you feel comfortable and what fits your lifestyle. We have so many customers today that are, beginning their journey with us virtually and end up going the entire way through. And we have tools for that we'll talk to you about later on in the presentation. After you start your search, your next step is to get approved. So if that is a part of your home buying journey, is to obtain a mortgage, Christy will walk you through that a little later in the presentation, because that's definitely an important step to help you understand the budget that you have to work with. Then my favorite part comes, which is choosing your home. So whether or not you're looking to move into something right away, or potentially look at a home that is still under construction, we've got options to match whatever timeline or preference that you're looking for. And once you find that right home, signing the purchase agreement is just as easy. Completing your mortgage application, if needed, is something that Christy will talk about a little bit later. But our team member is there for you, starting from online all the way through at the sales office. If your home is still being built, then you'll meet with one of our construction superintendents, and they're really there for you to keep you informed on what is happening with your home at each step of the process. If the home is currently in framing, they'll talk you through any inspections that we anticipate, what happens next, what you can anticipate when it's safe to visit the construction site. We'll go over everything so that way the expectations are laid out and you know what to anticipate as your home goes through the building journey. If you're starting from scratch, which is also very fun, you'll pick out your floor plan, your lot, what the home looks like from the exterior, and then any structural options that personalize your home for how you're going to live in it. After that, you'll meet with our amazing design team to help you pick out all of your interior finishes, which really encompass your flooring, your countertops, cabinets, and help you button up any final details that you need to make your purchase complete. Once you get to the point of closing on your home, Taylor Morrison offers a turnkey experience with our in-house insurance company. And they're really there to help you secure your home insurance, just like Taylor Morrison Home Funding is there to help you secure your mortgage. All of our team members will be there to ensure that you have all of the details complete by the time that you get to the closing table. And when that time comes, it's final, right? Everything's being signed, completed. You'll get your keys and have the opportunity to move into your new home. Just on the other side of that, our warranty team is there to support you right after you move in, and they're there to ensure that you get settled with confidence, knowing that if anything goes wrong, we can direct you to how to go in there and request for some help. Hopefully this visual gives you an understanding of how easy it is to buy with Taylor Morrison. And since financing is typically one of the first steps in our home buying journey, I'll go ahead and hand it over to Christy for the next few minutes.
Thanks, Andrea. Okay, so as Andrea mentioned to everyone, buying a new home is really exciting, especially a brand new home, but we all know the financing can feel a bit overwhelming. So hopefully today I'll be able to help simplify that process and share just some basic qualification guidelines, just to maybe help you understand where you stand in this journey, whether you're ready to buy now or maybe you're just starting out your shopping for your new home. But in addition, a little bit later, I will share some of our latest financing promotions that just can help support that journey toward home ownership, whether that's your cash out of pocket or your affordability. So first, I just want to talk about mortgage myths versus mortgage realities. So let's just quickly clear up some common misconceptions about home financing. And first, we'll just kind of start on the top left. You don't have to have perfect credit to buy a home. There are loan programs available starting with 600 credit scores. And I'll share some of the tips about credit along the way and introduce you to one of our departments that can help with credit score enhancement. Additionally, down payments can be much lower than 20% down. There are loans with even 0% down, such as VA loans and USDA loans. And mortgage insurance sometimes is thought of as the dirty word because it's required on conventional loans with less than 20% down, but there's still competitive rates and solutions to overcome those mortgage insurance premiums. And then over in that top right quadrant, a lower home price does not always mean a lower payment. A lot of times we search for a home and the first thing we're thinking about is what home price should I look for? And interest rates play a really big role in that. And today I'm going to show you some examples of how rates can actually help you overcome some higher home price challenges. And then down to the bottom left, a 30-year fixed mortgage is not your only option. There are adjustable rate mortgages that may be better suited for your shorter term goals. And just wanted to point out that the average US homeowner will typically refinance or sell their home within 7 to 8 years. And we also have some programs that can help ease you into your payment on fixed rate mortgages as well. And then just want to point out that rates will vary by lender. It's not that they can, but they absolutely will. And I always suggest, I put a link down here in the bottom for Mortgage News Daily. It's kind of our go-to and highly recommended portal to go to and website where you can see industry articles, see national average rates, when you're shopping around, and you want to shop around for mortgage because ultimately that can lead to significant savings. And then finally over there on the bottom right is appreciating that owning actually can be more affordable than renting, especially with the stability of your monthly payment and then having added benefits like home warranties that are provided with a brand new home. Okay, so just a really quick overview on mortgage options and helping you find your best fit. So I'm just going to cover, let's just call it the top 4 main mortgage options available to home buyers, and each program will be designed to meet different financial needs and eligibility criteria. So we'll walk through these 4 main loan products. You'll get a sense of maybe what might be the best fit for you. And I'm going to start with probably the most popular, which is the conventional loan. Great for buyers with strong credit, larger down payments. And the credit and down payment do have factors that can impact your interest rate. So the product offers some flexibility, You can avoid mortgage insurance, like I mentioned, when you are able to put 20% down, although there is programs for conventional loans that offer as little as 3% down payment. FHA loans is a really popular loan for buyers that are really looking for less down payment. It is ideal when you have limited savings, and it gives you some more lenient qualifying criteria. So you don't have, I want to just point out, you do not have to be a first-time home buyer to qualify for FHA financing. And then VA loans for our loved veterans, and they are exclusive to veterans and active duty service members. And depending on the eligibility, there's typically no down payment required and very flexible qualification. And then lastly, USDA loans. They also have no down payment requirement, but they're very specific to location and income limits do apply. And although they're designed for rural areas, Taylor Morrison does have eligible USDA communities around the nation. So as you can see, each mortgage option will offer unique advantages depending on your financial situation, credit profile, and your homeownership goals. So whether a first-time or move-up buyer, a veteran, or looking to purchase with a reduced down payment, there's likely going to be a program that's going to support your path to homeownership. Okay, very high level ABCs of mortgage qualification, although this is actually the 4Cs. We kind of refer to it in the mortgage industry as the 4Cs of mortgage qualification, but I do like to think of this as 4 legs of a chair. I'm a very visual person, so it's real simple. So you wouldn't sit in a chair with missing legs, and we need a loan that has very strong components for all 4 of these categories. So as a lender, we are evaluating these 4 key areas. The first being the collateral, which is the value of the property that secures the loan. The second is going to be your cash or your capital, your ability to save the funds for the purchase of your home. Your capacity encompasses your ability to repay the loan based on your income and your debt. And then your credit is really about how you manage your history of repaying debt on time. So each of these does play a role in supporting your loan approval. And I'll just touch on these briefly to help you understand where you might be in that journey and how maybe you can strengthen each of these if needed. But real quick, just to explain collateral, that's not really so much impactful on what you can control. But when you are financing a home, the lenders will require an appraisal to confirm the property value and ensure responsible lending. A licensed appraiser will conduct research and an on-site visit, and they'll produce a report based on comparable sales. And if that appraisal does come in below the purchase price, there's multiple financing solutions available that can really avoid impacting the loan in a negative way. And then spending a little bit of time on these next 2, cash and capacity. So I mentioned cash is about your down payment and your closing costs. So as a lender, we do have to verify your funds needed for your down payment and the closing costs that you need to pay the day that you close on your loan. And a lot of things are based on your loan's maximum loan to value ratio, which is calculated using the lower of that sales price or appraised value. And some acceptable sources of funds would include bank accounts, retirement and investment withdrawals. You can receive gifts from family or partners. There are down payment assistance programs out there. And then, of course, proceeds from the sale of a departing residence or another property that you may own. Some of the unacceptable sources would include what we call mattress money, which is cash on hand, or maybe unsecured borrowed funds like taking a credit card cash advance. That is an unacceptable source of down payment. And then there's an earnest money deposit that you will provide at the time you purchase your home. We do have to validate where those funds came from, but those funds that you give your seller at the time you purchase are credited back at closing towards a down payment or potentially the closing cost that you need to bring. And then as far as your capacity covering employment and income is really referring to that ability to repay the loan. We look at job stability, consistency of income, and that's evaluated using your gross or your pre-tax income. Looking for a 2-year history in the same field is typically required, though there are exceptions that do exist, whether you're a recent graduate of college, you might be returning to work, or potentially self-employed for less than 2 years. And then there's income types like commission, bonuses, retirement distributions. You might receive child support income that you want to disclose. And all of those can be considered as acceptable sources of income with proper documentation. So it really is best to consult with a licensed loan consultant to understand what income that you receive that can help you qualify for your specific situation. So when you put all of that in a blender, we look at something called debt to income ratio, which that is comparing your monthly debt payments to your gross income. And then it helps lenders determine how much can you truly afford. And ideally, housing and credit expenses, guidelines typically like to see below 40% of your gross income, though there are loan programs with compensating factors that go up to as high as 50 to 55% of your gross income. And when you do the calculation, if you're like math, like some of us, you can add your housing payment, your new housing payment, which includes real estate taxes, insurance, any homeowners association dues, and then look at your monthly obligations that are reporting as minimum payments on your credit report, and then just divide that by your gross monthly income. And that should maybe give you a baseline idea, but hopefully, by the time we get done with this presentation today, you might be interested in reaching out to one of our loan consultants to start a pre-application to do all that math work for you. Next slide. Okay, so let's talk about credit. This is our last of our 4 C's, and probably what many new home buyers are concerned with is, do I have the right credit score? How is that going to impact me? So I just kind of want to go over the credit score 101 and understand what your credit score is primarily driven by. And it's 2 factors: payment history, credit utilization. So together, those 2 things actually make up 65% of your credit score. So timely payments are critical. Most lenders or creditors won't report a late payment until you're 30 days past due. We all know there's late fees that come before that. But once it does report to the bureaus, it significantly lowers your credit score. So even if you still qualify for credit, a late payment could delay your loan approval by 12 to 24 months. We're really looking for a 2-year solid repayment history. So I really always caution that it's not worth risking a late payment if you can avoid it. And then credit utilization being almost as important. Lenders will look at how well you manage the credit that's available to you. So a good rule of thumb that we like to provide is to keep your credit imbalances below 30% of your limit. So for simple math, if you have a credit limit, let's say on a credit card of $1,000, you really want to try not to carry a balance over 300, even if you pay it off monthly. You don't ever really know exactly when that balance is going to report to the bureaus. So if you can just consistently keep it 30% of your limit, pay it off every month, you don't have interest, that's always the best route to go. And then the other factors like length of credit history, new credit applications, and then the mix of credit types like student loans, auto loans, revolving debt, and mortgages will play a role, but understand that these components help you maintain a strong credit score. All of it helps you make better financial decisions. So let's talk for a minute about credit inquiries. There's always that question of, I don't want you to pull my credit. I don't want to have a hard inquiry on my credit score. So I just want to talk about the impact of what a soft inquiry on credit versus a hard inquiry. What does that really do? A soft credit inquiry is going to happen when your credit is checked for non-lending purposes. So that would include if you went onto the bureaus and checked your own score, things like getting auto insurance quotes, you get pre-approved credit card offers, or your employer's going to do, or new employer's going to do a verification of credit. These credit pulls do not affect your score. They're not visible to lenders, and it's just to review credit for simple loan decisions. And then when you pre-apply with a mortgage, at least with Taylor Morrison Home Funding, we only do a soft inquiry. We pull 1 or 2 of the 3 main repositories, and you do not receive a hard inquiry. It's only after you purchase your home and you move on to a formal loan application that we do need to pull a hard credit inquiry. We call it a tri-merge with all 3 repositories: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. And then typically a hard inquiry causes a very small dip in credit score, maybe fewer than 5 points. It's not a major hit, but certainly you want to be aware of it. Hard inquiries will remain visible on credit for 2 years, but they only affect your score for 1 year. And if you're comparing rates for a big loan like a mortgage or car, if you're doing multiple inquiries within, let's say, a 14 to 45 day window, they are treated as one. So when you're doing smart shopping and you're looking around, it does not have a negative impact to your score. And then hard inquiries, I want to mention, also occur when you apply for credit cards, installment loans, rental housing, and sometimes even utility and cell phone services. But you can minimize the impact by applying for credit strategically and not frequently. And then understanding and appreciating that hard inquiries are just a normal part of building credit, and then understanding how they work will help you protect that score and making those smart financial moves. So I kind of want to finish up this section right here and just let everyone know that we have a department solely dedicated to those looking for ways to enhance and improve credit score and qualification. Our department is called ARO, Able, Ready, Own. And like I said, they are focused entirely on helping you improve loan qualification and that credit profile. They will provide a personalized path with expert guidance and education, and it'll be tailored to your financial goals. So it's not just for those who are working to qualify for a loan. It is also very valuable for customers with strong credit who may just want to improve their scores 20 points, 30 points, because those score improvements, as I mentioned earlier, do help with reducing your interest rate. If you are receiving mortgage insurance, it will help you reduce that mortgage insurance premium. And what's most important to understand is it's a complimentary service. It costs nothing. We are not credit repair. We don't call your creditors, but we will offer you a tailored path through simulation, and it is available to anyone, whether you're looking to purchase a Taylor Morrison home or perhaps for those already under contract. And if you do work with our ARO department, there's absolutely no obligation to buy a Taylor Morrison home or get a loan with Taylor Morrison Home Funding. It is truly a complimentary service. Our ARO consultants work with you to create a plan. They do work hand in hand with our loan consultants because we certainly don't want to give you any advice that may disrupt your qualification for your loan, like using all of your down payment money to pay off your credit card. So that's what's kind of nice about it, is that we are all working seamlessly for that one goal. And then I will turn it back to over Andrea in just a second, but I just wanted to point out that if anyone is ready to begin their home financing journey, you can pre-apply online. It is quick, it is convenient. And we put this QR code up here. You might not be ready to do it right now, and we will send out this presentation. And then you can also go directly to the taylormorrison.com/home-financing website if you wanted to apply online and get started. It will connect you with a local loan consultant in the area that you're looking to purchase. We have teams in every single market. And then if you're thinking maybe ARO might be a good place for you to start, you still would start with this pre-application. Again, I mentioned it is a soft pull, and the loan consultants will help get you connected with their ARO department. So you don't have to go to, 2 different departments. We start with our licensed loan consultants, and then we will help you determine if ARO's the next step. So regardless of where you're in that home search, we are absolutely here to support you every step of the way. So Andrea, with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Christy. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, our team members are here to guide you through each one of the steps, including if you need to sell your current home first. The online team members that we have, coupled with our on-site community sales managers, really are your local experts, and they can really help you in understanding what tools you need to use at different times. So that might include, potentially looking at resources such as realtors in the general area, stagers, movers, or potentially in some transition housing if selling your current home is something that you need to do in order to move into a new Taylor Morrison home. We understand that selling a home and planning a move and thinking about going into a new home, that can be extremely overwhelming. but we're here as that local expert to provide you that support and get you, essentially set up the partnership with anyone that you need through those steps. As Christy demonstrated, when it comes to financing, Taylor Morrison Home Funding is really there to help you bridge the gap. So if we need to work together to come up with a tailored solution that is best for your timing or your unique situation with selling your home, then that's exactly what we're going to do. And we'll get that situation created for you so that it gets you into your new Taylor Morrison home. Now, we understand that every buyer's financial situation is unique to them. And when using Taylor Morrison Home Funding as your financing option, you may receive a credit from Taylor Morrison to use as you wish. That is why we offer a suite of tailored incentives that are designed to make homeownership accessible and affordable. So I'll turn it back to Christy for a moment just to walk you through some of the options that we have for you today.
Thanks, Andrea. And, we use words like tailor and one size doesn't fit all, and that is absolutely the truth. I mean, just looking at the qualifications that we just went through, everyone's situation is going to be different. And Taylor Morrison will provide typically a credit for you at closing when you close your home with Taylor Morrison Home Funding. And there are so many ways that you can use this. And we want to be there to help you decide what is the right solution for you. What are your short and long-term goals? So just to touch on, just a few of these options, and trust me, it's just a handful. With your credit from Taylor Morrison, if you choose to use that credit at closing, it directly helps reduce your cash you need, and it covers several key costs. So things like lender fees, title insurance, appraisal fees. There's typically government transfer taxes in many municipalities, and these savings can really add up and make a big difference in your upfront expenses. But if payment is something that's really important to you and you have long-term goals to stay in your house, then you might choose to use your funds towards a permanent rate buy down. So what that means is that you can secure a lower interest rate for the life of your loan by paying a discount cost for that rate at closing. So it is a very smart way to save money every month over the long term. In that right box, the temporary buy down, that is really amazing for short-term monthly savings. So for the first 1 to 3 years of your mortgage, your monthly payment can be lower. And that is offered through a subsidy from Taylor Morrison, where they're going to cover a portion of your interest through a buy down fund. And I'll explain a visual on that in just a few slides. And then mortgage insurance support. I've brought up mortgage insurance a few times, again, because not everybody has 20% down for a home. And you also have the opportunity to choose and use a portion or all of your credit from Taylor Morrison to buy yourself out of mortgage insurance. Or maybe you pay the monthly down just a little bit. So with that being said, that support is there as well. And then we still have buyers that look to build from the ground up. And they worry about interest rates, and they don't know what rates are going to do in 6, 9, 12 months when their home is complete. And we have long-term rate lock options. So it gives you that peace of mind while you're purchasing. Almost think of it like an insurance policy, that you're going to have kind of a ceiling on that rate while your home's being built. And then 30 days prior to closing, if the interest rates have moved down, then we offer a free float down to a current market rate. So that is also another way if you really were interested in building over buying a completed inventory home. And then I'm going to move on and let's share some details about Taylor Morrison's semi-annual sale, which is happening now. There are exclusive savings. There are reduced rates for a limited time. So whether you're looking to move quickly, you want to build from the ground up, it's a great opportunity to take advantage of tailored financial incentives. So I'm going to take a moment to explore. And before we switch to the next slide, I'm going to warn everyone, there's a lot of numbers. I'm not going to go through all the numbers in details, but I thought it would be really great and you will get this presentation, to just really see a comparison, real life, of the savings that these incentives can provide you. So we can move to the next slide. Okay, so this particular slide is giving you 2 examples of some of our quick move-in rates. So on the left side is a 3.75 5-year adjustable rate mortgage for FHA. We also have that same rate available for conventional financing. And on the right side, I'm showing an example of one of our, I'm going to call it higher rates at 4.99 on a 30-year fix. But the reality is, if you look in that graph on the right, that the current market rate right now for 30-year fixed, although it has come down slightly over the last couple of weeks, it is still over 6%. So this particular slide is just showing you kind of the low to higher end of our below market rates, and showing the buying power and the borrowing power and those monthly payment savings. And buying power is sometimes a hard thing to appreciate and understand. So that's really what I want to get across here is when you look at just, we're using an example on the FHA side of a $400,000 purchase price, a 3.5% down payment, and an interest rate of 3.75 compared to 6%. That monthly savings is $536 a month. I mean, that is someone's car payment sometimes. Sometimes it's more than a car payment. But the buying power in appreciating that you would need to purchase a home for $309,000 to get this same payment that's shown here for $1,819 a month. And over on the right, although the rate is slightly higher, there's still that differential between the 499 and the 6.375 rate, giving buying power of $120,000 in savings of $643 a month. I used a little bit of a higher purchase price on that to just show a variance at $500,000, but again, huge savings. So again, everything, I just want to mention that promotional rates are very specific by market, very specific by community. So depending on where you're looking to buy, and Andrea will talk in a little while about our website and your home shopping, that is where you're going to want to start to really understand what is being offered where, because it does vary. We'll go to the next slide. And we want to be able to solve for, well, what if I don't want a home? I'm not ready to move right now. I want to move later. I'm looking at a home that might not, it's an inventory home, but it's not totally built yet. It's going to be ready in December or January. Or you really wanted to go to the design center and pick all of your own options and you just want to start from the ground up. We offer a reduced rate program called Buy Build Flex. And this helps you secure an interest rate when you're ready to lock in that should be up to 1% lower than the current market rate. So to explain kind of how this works, Taylor Morrison has actually bought the rate down before you came in to purchase a home. They've prepaid discount points for you. And during construction or towards the end of your build process, you'd be guided through that process. We'll help you with the timing of your interest rate. You also could always look at those 6, 9, and 12-month extended rate lock options. And those discount points were reserved when you purchased. So when it's time to lock in the rate, based on current market rate, we're going to be able to give you those direct savings. You can choose to buy the rate down further. You can choose to take a rebate on the rate and go up a little higher, maybe help with cash to close. It's a very flexible interest rate option, providing below current market rates on our under construction homes. And then lastly, I just kind of want to highlight, I mentioned earlier, some flexible payment options. When I mentioned our temporary buy down, I would be remiss to not also mention that we have an FHA loan program that can provide you no interest as part of your payment for up to 7 months. We offer savings of 3 or 7 months on interest. But I'm going to start on the left with the temporary buy down. If you're looking to kind of ease into that payment, it is really great if you're doing a step-up payment from where you might be renting, or you're a move-up buyer and you're moving from one home to another and your payment's going to go up. Maybe you have less than a year or two on your car payment and you have no intention of taking on a new car payment. This is a great option. It just kind of helps with your overall financial budget. And essentially what this is showing is a current market rate. So it is a fixed rate that I'm showing here, although this is available for adjustables as well. But if your 30-year fixed rate that you secured was at 6.375, for the first 2 years, you get to enjoy principal and interest payments that are mirroring a 4.375 rate for year one and a 5.375 rate for year two. And when you do the simple math on that and you see the monthly savings annually, that is over $9,000 in 2-year savings. That is using a $500,000 purchase price with 20% down as an example. So it's all relative to the loan that you're choosing to get. And that is available on conventional FHA and VA loans. And then over on the right, exclusive for FHA loans, we do offer no interest for up to 7 months, where you can choose to use that incentive from Taylor Morrison to maybe help replenish your 3.5% down payment. And those savings will happen very quickly over the course of 7 months. And again, I've used an example here of a $400,000 purchase price, giving you those savings of almost $14,000. Again, replenish your down payment, rebuild your savings. Maybe you want to pay off or pay down some debt that prepares you for that 30-year payment that you're taking on. But currently we're in September. If you bought a house in October, you don't even make your first payment until January 1. So you would be well into 2026 before you would have to pay the interest portion. You do still have to pay your principal, your real estate taxes, your homeowner's insurance, and the upfront mortgage and the monthly mortgage insurance associated. But you can see here that the early stages or the early part of your loan is amortized, where most of your payment is actually going towards the interest. So you have that other responsibility, but it is much, much less than the full payment. And those were just some of the programs that I wanted to highlight for you today. But again, I think if you can get in touch with one of our loan consultants and really understand what your goals are, we can help you figure out what's the right thing. So with that, I think I'm turning this back to you, Andrea.
Thank you, Christy. Go ahead to the next slide, team. Thank you. Well, that was absolutely amazing. Christy walked you through so many resources that are available with the support of Taylor Morrison Home Funding. And to be honest, these programs are probably the best that I have seen in 25 years of being in this industry. So as I mentioned earlier, there are plenty ways to explore your home buying options with Taylor Morrison, all from the comfort of your home. Our online tools let you browse, the specific home. You can play around with our online floor plans and really personalize what you'd like to see in your home. You can learn a little about what options are available if you need to have more bedrooms than flex spaces, as well as look at all of the lots that are available that might interest you, and then just overall at the community. I would say that personally, one of my favorite features on the website is the ability to reserve a home online. It's quick, it's easy, and honestly, it puts you in control. Our online sales team and our on-site community sales managers are there kind of right on the other end of when you hit that button. Whether you have a question, guidance on what the next steps are, how do I get myself into a purchasing position, they're there to make sure that this process is very smooth. So it really is stress-free and it's very easy, just like shopping on Amazon. When it comes to designing your home, that's also extremely exciting. And we have design studio partners that are just amazing in every market that we work in. They are very hands-on. They will help you finalize all of the details of which color cabinet is trending, what pairs well with certain flooring. But we also offer our canvas collections, which really are curated designs that we've put a lot of thought and attention into to simplify the process for you. Going in to design your home from scratch can be stressful. So we do have these options available, which I would say a lot of our customers decide to choose over time. If you've ever walked through our model home and you're looking at a piece of furniture, you're thinking, oh my goodness, I love that. I want that. We have our Mind program, which allows you to shop all of our model furniture and decor that you see in the models to make your home look just like the model when you move in, because that is where all of our inspiration comes from. as we're out shopping a lot. And if you have questions along the way that you just want to kind of poke around yourself, we do have a blog that's online as well as a FAQ, frequently asked questions. And they really give just kind of expert tips, some insights, and just help you answer some of the common questions. If you just have some of those that maybe as you're sitting on the couch at 11 o'clock at night, you just want to pop around, that gives you some really good resources there. For a complete, just step-by-step on how does this work, our online home buying guide is there for you to download on taylormorrison.com. Next slide, thank you. Okay, so to wrap up, let's just talk about right now and timing, because when it comes to buying a home, timing makes all of the difference in the world. And right now presents a very unique opportunity for buyers. And this is why. Christy just shared with you offering monthly savings through our reduced rates, increasing your buying power, and allowing you to honestly afford more home for your money. Prices could go up if rates drop. So if rates fall, expect buyer demand to surge, and that's typically what we see. With that, home prices likely will rise too. Right now, prices are still very competitive. It's a great time to lock in your home and start building equity before the market starts to heat up again. Right now, you also have an inventory advantage. There is currently more inventory available, which gives you more choices with less competition. You're more than likely to find your ideal home without getting caught in any sort of bidding war. And if you wait and the inventory begins to shrink, demand typically is coupled with that and increases. We do not want to forget about the new home advantage. And buying new means fewer headaches. I can tell you that from experience. You won't have to worry about any sort of costly repairs or renovations. Plus, you'll benefit from Taylor Morrison's new home warranty, all of our energy efficient features, lower utility bills, which obviously in turn just saves you money and stress in the long run. But all of these factors honestly make now a really good time and a smart time to buy. It's about maximizing your value, minimizing the risk that you have, and setting yourself up for a long-term successful homeownership in the years to come. We understand that choosing a builder is one of the most important decisions you make. We are honored from all of us here at the Taylor Morrison family just to be thought of to be a part of your journey. And at Taylor Morrison, we've invested so much time, care, and expertise to make sure that our team is way more than just knowledgeable. They are honestly there to be your trusted advisors. We are so proud to be recognized as America's most trusted home builder year after year. 10 years in a row. That is an amazing accomplishment. And honestly, we don't take it lightly. Our team is out there, as you possibly see, posting pictures of their experiences with their customers. We all just love what we do. And as you begin your journey, we really encourage you to be open with our team about what matters to you most, whether it's timing, the location, the design features, lifestyle, or what is holding you back potentially from a financing perspective. We will make sure that you are comfortable with that next step in your journey. When you visit our communities to experience firsthand the quality, care, and connection that sets us apart, you will find somebody on the other side there that just wants to help you in any place that you need help. It might not be your first home purchase, but it might be your first new construction purchase, or potentially a first purchase with Taylor Morrison. We have so many customers that purchase repeat homes from us or end up relocating and find us in a different area of the country. And we love that. Lean on our team. We are there to help you navigate all of the different offerings that Christy mentioned, along with what you might be hearing. We will break everything down for you. Bring it all into us. We're there to unpack it and get you to a place where you can make an informed decision and help you feel confident that you are getting the best value. I'll be honest, there is a lot of noise out there and there are a lot of offers. You owe it to yourself to partner with a team that's going to put your needs first and help you understand what your options are to help you through the next step. We're here not just to help you find a house, but to move into a community and feel home. Thanks, team. So that is it for us today. We are so appreciative of your time with us on our homebuyer webinar. We hope that you're leaving with some valuable insights and inspirations for your next home with us at Taylor Morrison. I believe that there are a few questions that we might need to get to. I'm not sure if that was working properly as we were presenting. If your question wasn't answered, don't worry. Our team will continue after the webinar, and you're also welcome to reach out to us directly at communications@taylormorrison.com for any follow-up questions. You will get a copy of this presentation, so be sure to check your inbox. And from all of us at your Taylor Morrison family, thank you again. We look forward to seeing you in one of our communities and helping you into your new home.
Thank you all so much.